You think you know?
On this day, I see clearly everything is come to life. A better place.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is Carolina's favorite fat boy, DJ Danny Ocean, in here for 101.9 Kiss FM. Guys, it is a special day. I appreciate y'all tuning into the Danny Ocean Show. Of course, I have a very, very special guest on the show today. First, I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. I got my man Vaughn in here and my man IzzY in here, okay? These guys are just as crazy about wrestling as I am. And when I say special guest, people, it doesn't get much more special than this, to be honest with you. Guys, we got a legend in here, Hall of Famer, AEW Superstar, Mr. Adam freaking Copeland. Adam, welcome, man. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I like the extra nickname in there. I think Seth Rollins already stole that, though. So
Touche. You're right about that. All right, Adam, we got you here today because AEW Revolution, Sting's last match, is coming to Greensboro, North Carolina on March 3rd. Tickets went on sale, 2 minutes ago? AEWTix.com. Go ahead and get your tickets. It's going to be a hell of an event. And like I said, we got Adam here to talk about it. Adam, what you think about AEW Revolution, man?
I mean, Sting's last match, right? You guys are wrestling fans, just like me, we grew up watching Sting. I've said before, anyone within the industry, part of the reason they got into the industry is because of a guy like Sting. I mean, he's universally respected, universally loved, not just by the fan base, but by the people in the industry, because he's a class act. I can't say enough about the man. We've been friends for years, but to now actually share a locker room with him, to share the same space in the ring with him, is just, he has an aura, right? Some people just have it, some people don't. And he has it in spades, and it just so much fun to be out there with. And I'm really, really glad that I've been a small part of this final leg of his career. And he's a guy, man, like, this is it.
Right.
It's not going to be come back. Like, he knows this is the end of the road. There's only so Father Time doesn't lose, and
very true.
And for him to go out in Greensboro, where he has so much history with the NWA and his battles with Ric Flair and Luger and the Steiners and Greensboro is a special wrestling town.
Oh yeah,
it always has been. It has a rich history, and I think it's pretty much the perfect place for a guy like him with his history there to retire there. So it's going to be an emotional night, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with Sting retiring at Revolution, what does Sting mean to you? Like, what kind of impact did he have on you in your career?
Well, when I look back to my early fandom, right? Hogan was always one of my guys. Bret Hart was always one of my guys. And that was within the WWF. But then the NWA was its own world entirely, and you'd have your favorites there too. And Christian and I, Jay and I, he was Sting. He had the flat top. I was Luger. I had the mullet, and
nice.
We were just always fascinated by those two talents. And just his energy that he's always brought to the ring. It was infectious as a fan. It's infectious as a peer now.
Right.
And I don't know, like I said, some people just have that thing, and he has that thing, right? There's just a different sense of excitement when he gets tagged into a match or whenever he steps in the ring. Right. And I think a lot of it is because, at this stage, there's only so many of these appearances left. And it's going to be fun. I'm glad I'm going to be here for it.
That's awesome. Now, speaking of you being there for it, you're new, obviously, to AEW. You're familiar to a lot of wrestling fans, but you're new to the AEW audience. so to speak. So I read online that you came to AEW because you got a lot left in you, and you don't want to just be used as like an attraction. So you really want to put in that work again. My question is, what are you looking to accomplish over in AEW?
To tell good stories, honestly, and to be around more, to be able to really tell those stories. You know, it's hard to tell the story when you pop in and out every kind of 3 months or whatever.
Right.
That's understandable.
To actually be involved on essentially a week to week basis, to add layers, to bring in other characters and have them add to the story, but also hopefully get a bit of a rub from it too.
Right.
You know, to be involved with guys like, Christian and myself, between us, 62 years worth of experience or whatever that is. And if we can help younger talent along the way with a few tidbits here and there, I mean, we had so many people do that for us over the years, from the Bad News Browns to the Rick Martells. Like, there's just so many talent over the years that helped me along the way, that I know that's my position now, and that's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so to be able to get in there with a guy like Nick Wayne, or a guy like Killswitch, or I've been in there with the Righteous. There's so many guys. Like, I want to get in there with Mark Briscoe. I want to get in there with Swerve. I want to get in there with Hangman. I want to
Please get in there with Swerve.
You know what?
Claudio. Like, already there's a list of talent that I've never even touched. That's really exciting at this stage in my career, to go, wait, there's an entire roster that I haven't wrestled.
Right.
Man, I got to get to work.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. The Copeland versus Swerve, that imagery right now.
Oh yeah, that's some. I can imagine the promos now.
Oh
yeah. And Swerve's
money.
a guy that I've always, we've been close for a while, and he's been picking my brain for years, and I've always really, really enjoyed his stuff, and saw the potential in him to be what he is now, and that's just scratching the surface of what he can be.
Right. Oh yeah.
Adam, I wanted to ask you. You've been in the business. I don't want to call you old.
Man, you hit 50 and you just got to accept what people are going to call you.
You said a combined 62 years in the business. I was like, ooh, man. But
yeah.
But being in the business this long, is there a different feeling now when you hear your music hit and it's Adam Copeland that's being called out instead of any other name? Does it feel different?
I mean, to me, no, because I've never introduced myself as Edge. I've always introduced myself as Adam, because my name's Adam. If anything, this is just closer to me, to where the character and the person portraying that character are much closer. Even in the last run with WWE, it felt that way too. It's a lot more transparent. It's a lot more, okay, the story, what Adam, me, came back from. So when you have that kind of backstory and history that's true, they kind of bleed together, right? So for me, it's not really that different. The difference that I feel is that I don't take it for granted at all. This isn't supposed to be happening, right?
Yeah.
All of this is one giant, like, Texas-sized cherry on top of my career. Like,
an incredible career at that.
Well, the minute I walked out to start this whole thing, whatever, 4 years ago, everything on top this is all just bonus, man.
Right.
So I don't take any entrance, I don't take any match, I don't take any promo for granted. Like, I will put the cliche 110% into everything that I'm doing right now, because I know the window can close like that.
Right.
Yeah, and having such an expansive career, feeling all the appreciation that you do from the fan. All of us here appreciate everything that you've done for the business.
For sure.
And we're all happy to see you. It's just, my question is, when are we going to see you be a bastard on TV again? Like I grew up watching, like that.
Well, I mean, some could say giving Nick Wayne a concerto in front of his mother is that guy.
Yes, him.
That was a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing. That
I've seen
happened.
you do worse, but
Yeah. Curb stomping, giving Kill Switch 2 Concerto.
Uh-oh.
we lost him. No, this is the start of his heel arc.
There's been instances, and I think now what the character needs to be is a mix of this kind of grizzled, really that guy can dip into that place, and
Yeah.
If he has to.
not really a good
Yeah.
guy or a bad guy, just kind of he's
Like the fans like me, but I do what I need to do.
and
Mhm.
don't really care if they like it.
Okay.
That I think is kind of the lane where I'm leaning it toward to. But if you start there, there's nowhere to go.
Too sure.
So
I get that.
in my storytelling mind, I go, okay, well, the story is you come back and you try and reform this team, and you're happy to be there, and you show the fan base that I'm here. Now it gets a little more personal. Now you can start to see this guy lose it a little bit. But if you go straight there, there's nowhere to go.
It's no growth. And speaking of stories and the Adam arc, should I say, in AEW, when you first got there, you wanted to essentially be back in a team with Christian. And everybody knows the famous line, what he told you to go do, and you returned the favor. Now you kept wording to him that like, hey, these your kids, they're gonna turn on you. If that's what's to happen, is there any chance of you forgiving your longtime best friend and helping him out of this situation he might have put himself in? Or would you sit there and say, I told you so?
I'm going to smell what he's stepping in pretty shortly. I know it. But, as of right now, the mindset would be, yeah, sure, come on, pull him up, and then I'd probably kick him in the nuts.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, you got another question, Izzy?
Dude, okay, and another one. This is a little bit off wrestling, but sometimes I like to, when I have fans, like I'm like a super fan of you, like, and I'm not trying to call you old. I'm really not. But when I say
y'all gotta chill. This is twice.
When you preface it with, I'm not trying to call you old. I know you're about to call me old.
But when I say I grew up watching you, like, I mean, grew up Owen Hart matches, grew up watching you. Dating, dating his sister storyline?
No, so Owen, it was Val Venus.
Val Venus, okay.
But Owen and I got to get in the ring with Owen, which was a huge deal for me, and man, I look back at my career again, not dating myself, but the fact that I've been able to get in there with an Owen Hart, with a Mr. Perfect, with with Ric Flair, with Terry Funk, with Jerry Lawler, with Bad News Brown, with Rick Martel, with all of these guys, and then go through Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, then Cena, Orton, then Rollins, Reigns, and now I get to go over here and get in with this generation. It's mind-blowing sometimes when I think about the talent that I've been lucky enough to get in there with.
I never even thought about it like that, to be honest with you.
It's crazy.
That's experience.
It's 3 different generations of talent. Like I wrestled Dom in his first match as a heel in the main event in Portland on Raw.
Oh, wow, this is true.
I remember, doing pea shooters and catering with him. It was like 5.
Oh, wow. Then you had to kick his ass. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Long-term storytelling.
On me, splashing me.
That's awesome, man. What else you got, Izzy? My bad.
So, I mean, just looking at that and wrestling aside, I just wanted to know, like, as you, like, what is like some of like your hobbies? Like things, do you watch anime? You play video games?
So my video game experience is limited to Dr. Mario.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, I'm really damn good at Dr. Mario.
Okay.
Honestly, I read a lot. I would say that's kind of my main hobby. Like I've read, I think I'm up to 62 books this year. I always have a book close at hand, whether it's on the road, whatever it is. The acting thing is still in my radar. I got Percy Jackson and Olympians coming out in Disney Plus
Okay.
December 20th.
We saw the outfit you wore to the premiere, and we see
Yeah.
it's a little bit different today. What you pulled up in. Do we
Well,
not deserve the same level
so
of
full
pimpantry?
disclosure, before this, I was literally chopping wood. So
Oh wow.
I came in from chopping wood, and you definitely don't want to wear that hat and that suit if I'm chopping wood.
That's
So
true.
I have many faces that I can throw on, guys.
This would be the freshest lumberjack on the block with that suit on, bro. I'm
Right.
telling you.
You know what? I figured, hey, Michael Hayes, which is apropos considering the hat, he always said, can't get half pregnant. So I figured, you know what? This red carpet, I'm going all in, man. I'm going all in.
The branding, all I see.
That is
Man,
gold.
And shout out to Adam for chopping wood and coming to talk to us.
That is awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
Like I said, I know you're busy. We're gonna wrap this thing up in a second. I got 2 fan questions that
Okay.
got sent in to us. First, from Uncle Vanglorious on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
He said, "Do you see yourself building another faction? And if so, who are your potential prospects?"
Oh man, it's something I hadn't even contemplated yet. But if I'm looking at the roster, I see a guy like Griff Garrison, and it reminds me a lot of me when I was that age. That's a guy that I've already been reaching out to and trying to like say, hey, if you try this or you try that. So that would be one guy for sure that I'd like to, kind of bring into a fold if I were to ever do it. Man, there's so much talent there. And I think more than anything, it would be talent that I feel is on the cusp and really have a shot to do something. And that was the idea with the Judgment Day. It's like I saw Priest, I saw Rhea, and I saw Finn. I knew they could do more. Right. And, Finn had been given a bit of an opportunity with that, but I knew there was so much more untapped stuff. That to me was really fun. And that was all true. Like I truly felt they were underutilized. That's what I think I'd like to do if I were to do it again, is like, okay, who are these people that I could bring in and could feel the difference when you're out there of what that feels like, and to really listen to an audience and be engaged with them, but understand that you're the one pulling the strings. They're not pulling your strings. That's a big shift in mindset that at some point you need to take if you want to make it to the top. I know I'm going to get off and go, oh, this person, that person, that person, that person.
Oh yeah.
I gotcha. Last question from Brittany from DSR on Facebook. She said, looking at where you're at now in your career and everything you've been through, what advice would you give someone that's deciding to step into the pro wrestling world?
Just you got to be okay being by yourself a lot. And I can tell you about all the stuff in the ring and all of those things, but a lot of the time it's the stuff outside of the ring. It's the travel, it's the hotel rooms. It's that aspect of being on your own and just getting here, there, you're your own manager, you're your own agent in a way. You gotta be able to spin a lot of plates, and sometimes that can be pretty emotionally draining. It can affect your personal life if you bring it home with you too much. I think more than anything, that would be the stuff that I would try and advise people on is the aspect of what it entails for your everyday life, because it can be all consuming.
Right. Okay. All right. Guys, you got anything else?
Just a bonus question.
No.
My co-worker texted me and said, let me get this straight because I want to not. OMG, you're interviewing Adam, aka Edge. Holy bleep. Ask him, does he play disc golf?
Yeah. Oh, so wow, that's a random question.
It's so random.
That's why I said I had to read this because I didn't think. I was like,
so my experience with disc golfers are generally dudes who wear cargo shorts and smoke a lot of pot, and I'm not that. So I don't know if people assume I'm that. No, I played once, and I wasn't too good at it. It's pretty difficult, but it's also like golf. I played golf once and realized, hey, ain't for me. I need to be involved in things where I can hit things.
Yeah,
and or fall off of things, or like, so I mountain bike because there's always the danger of wiping out, and that's fun to me.
And that's what got you back here with us
Yeah,
on this
Yes.
TV screen in WWE. So we appreciate bike riders.
yeah, we're happy. We're happy. We happy you fell off that bike.
I am too.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Adam, once again, thank you so much for coming to hang out with
Thanks,
us today. AEW Revolution, Sting's last match, March 3rd in Greensboro. Tickets on sale right now. Go get those. We're definitely going to be out there. We have to be out there. Anytime AEW comes to North Carolina, we're in there.
Our
We're
home
in.
state.
Good, because the more we get, the more we feed off of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's going to be a hot crowd that night for sure. North Carolina's going to turn up for AEW. That's for damn sure.
Turn up for Sting too.
Yes,
Got
sir.
to.
Most definitely. All right. Well, guys, it's the Danny Ocean Show on 101.9 Kiss FM. Once again, Adam, thank you. Vaughn, thank you. IzzY, thank you. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you.
Thank you, Adam.